Hey, man, I didn't do that.
Watch now, the Internet Dad Show. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us tomorrow's news today. Oh, yeah.
I told you so. Democratic lawmakers want to import Hamas. I told you so. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. We are your internet dads. We meet here Monday through Friday to drink coffee and talk about the news and complain about stuff. It's awesome and great fun. And a lot of times we have
Fred.
No, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, you did. You started the show. Right. I was trying to preload some stuff so it wouldn't skip.
Oh, that's what you were doing?
Yeah, but I was like, what the crap is going on? We're going live.
All right.
So.
Yeah.
You need to slow it down, Jim. Slow down, bro.
I'm just so excited. And this is Dave. This is Dave. Dave's here too. Dave, you got a little something on your here. Let me help you out. There you go. All right. Good morning, guys. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
I don't speak sign language.
No?
Oh, Dave's fixing his.
Oh, he's got no audio. That's what you're telling him?
No audio. Yeah, my bad.
You know what? Maybe we should have whenever Dave joins the show.
A pre-show?
No. An after. Well, no, we should have an after show. But what if we had like a little like intro song, like, you know, like, I don't know, 4 bars of something that's like a dun 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 or whatever, and then it's like the Dave joins the show song.
We could do that. We could do something special.
Do you need a theme song too? Maybe you need one.
No, I don't need one.
All right. Oh, wait. Maybe
my
maybe
theme
like
song is AI News.
Yeah, maybe a no comment jingle. Maybe I can get a no comment jingle and dun 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 dun. No comment. No?
I think it would sound better.
It's a terrible idea. All right. Good morning.
I can hear now.
Okay, great, good, excellent. Yeah. Oh, surprise! Restream changed something. So
yeah, Restream changed some stuff.
It's not our fault.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share the show with your friends. We are, this is going to be a family-friendly show, right?
Always.
Maybe not your kids. Don't share it with your kids. You know what? There's no telling what can happen. There's no telling what can happen. But we have plenty of stories to talk about. To be honest, nothing is major and like major. And the reason why is because next week is a presidential debate. And so all of the mainstream media is just taking a silent, deep breath for a couple days because next week is going to be bananas for sure.
Yeah, there was a couple of Trump Biden stories at the top of the AP news this morning. So that's where all of the other news stations, that's where the bulk of their stuff comes from, is the AP news. And the main story that you're going to be hearing is that they're saying that Trump dwarfs Biden in latest fundraising numbers. And then they add their fluff to it. And then how Biden and Trump are taking different approaches to preparing for next week's debate. So that's what everybody's kind of talking about. So like JJ said, it's kind of a nothing big.
I know what Biden's going to prepare with.
You got something? You got something wrong there, JJ?
No, he's going to prepare by sniffing. You know, he like when he's at these debates, he likes to meet and greet and sniff.
Better. Yeah, because if you take deep breaths and it's good for you. So you're exactly right. He's going to be breathing better.
Yeah, but sometimes your nose gets clogged. Yeah, clean that out too. You make sure you can breathe good. You need some sort of like a chemical assistant to help you.
All right. So what were you correct on as for the title of the show?
Yeah. Look, when there's stories that are like, oh, these are all important, but I don't care so much, it becomes difficult to make a title. You know what I mean?
Are you eating a donut?
No, biscuits.
Oh, nice. I'm hungry.
Circle K.
Here, check this out. Democratic lawmakers have given up the game, and they demand that Biden open pathways to Palestinian refugees for resettlement in the United States. Okay. Now, we said as soon as they were like, this whole Gaza, Israel situation, we know that the majority of people in Palestine support Hamas. that has been evident. There may be people that are critical of them, but they're not. Hamas was elected to be the legitimate government of the Palestinian people. So the Palestinian people have been like supportive of Hamas initially, maybe not entirely now, and not everybody for sure. But what's going to happen when we say, oh, we have to bring Palestinians to America? We've proven that our filtration system for immigrants and refugees is not 100% effective. So if we mass import Palestinian refugees, we will be importing Hamas. That will be happening.
I thought there was already a pathway.
That's what I was fixing to say. I mean, I was like, I think that's already happening, yo.
Right, but this would be a special channel just to mainline Hamas refugees, Palestinian refugees. Yeah. This would be like mainlining it. On Thursday, congressional Democrats sent a bicameral letter to the bicameral means some senators and some House representatives. They're all Democrats. It doesn't mean bipartisan. That's different. Bicameral letter to the Biden administration requesting Palestinian refugees be admitted to the U.S. They urged Secretary Blinken and Mayorkas to make a priority 2 designation under the refugee admission program for certain Palestinians, which would open pathways for them to come to the U.S. The letter was spearheaded by Senate Majority Whip Dick Durbin, Rep. Jayapal, and Kazar and Dingell, and it was signed by 69 congressional Democrats in the House and the Senate. So here's the quote here. Since the outbreak of the conflict in Gaza, many congressional offices have received distressing requests for assistance from constituents desperately seeking to reunite with loved ones. We appreciate the steps the Biden administration has taken to evacuate American citizens from Gaza. However, without pathways for Americans to petition for their relatives in Gaza, countless families with strong ties to our nation remain stranded in life-threatening conditions. Doesn't that pull at your heartstrings? Doesn't that rhetoric just make you want to,
I'm still stuck on middle school David here.
Middle school David?
Yeah, middle school David stuck on a few words you said. I heard Whip, Dick, Dingle, and 69. And I'm like, what in the world are you reading?
Thank you, because I had heard a couple of those.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 points for Dave. That was amazing.
I had heard a couple of those too, but I was sitting there eating my peaches, and that's
middle school David was they had to lock him away again.
69. Well, when JJ, anytime JJ says, "What's the dude's name?" Blinken. What is he?
Yeah, Blinken.
Blinken. Every time you say that, I think in my brain, did you say a Blinken? No, I said, hey, Blinken.
Right.
Every time.
All right. So don't be surprised, folks. All over the country. Don't think it's just going to be happening like in one little part of the country. Don't be surprised when your city starts filling up with extra Palestinian flags and protests and issues and stuff. My kid. Hold on. Let me tell you guys a story real quick. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to break the chain here.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Where have they put the damn button? Hey guys, just FYI. Now you have to go to the circles that are on the right hand side to make the screen small like that. Just FYI. Fine.
I just hit the stop sharing button.
Okay. So this morning I got up early. I was watching, a couple episodes of The Boys last night. I do not recommend you watch that with your family, but it's kind of fun. But I was watching. You definitely don't want to see episode 3.
I don't want to watch any of it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I was watching a couple shows last night. And I went to bed and I slept pretty good. And I wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna call my wife. I know she's like out doing a walk, or whatever. She doesn't answer the phone. Okay, fine. And about an hour later, I'm looking through stories here. My phone rings. I'm like, all right, I get to talk to my wife before the show. No, it's my daughter. My daughter called on my wife's phone. Well, that's still pretty cool, except my daughter doesn't really want to talk to me. She wants to face call me. Okay, well, that's cool, except she still doesn't want to talk to me. What she wants to do is use the dinosaur filter to turn her face into a dinosaur while she's talking to me.
Did you change your face into something?
No, well, I did it.
You
I mean,
should
a few
change
times.
your-
No, I've done it a few times. But this morning, I was like, "Good morning," and she was like, "Hi, Dad," and then like wouldn't say anything. She's just staring at the screen. She didn't change my face. She's changing her face. She's just
That's
using the
cold.
camera with a filter. So she keeps calling me, but not to talk to me, just to use the. Well, anyway,
She doesn't. Oh, that's so funny.
yeah.
That's cute,
Okay.
Billy, dude. That's cute.
Yeah. All right, we're
That's
gonna
awesome.
get back on the rails here, and we're not too far departed from this Palestinian import stuff. Have you guys ever heard of Emerson College? Emerson College, yeah, of
That
course.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, Emerson College is blaming, and I don't think they should be blaming, but they are blaming. Here, we'll go for the Independent on this one. Oh, that's the wrong one. Emerson College is blaming pro-Palestinian protests for their drop in enrollment. It's like you have a bunch of like pro-Palestinian agitators, and then pro-Israel people show up to defend their right to exist, and then a lot of conflict ensues where the Palestinian protesters are chanting things like "From the river to the sea, Palestine shall be free," meaning that everything from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea should be emptied of Jews and have no Jews there. It seems like that somehow is a negative for recruiting students to come to Emerson College. President Jay Bernhardt anticipates a one-year enrollment decline impacting budgets for the subsequent financial years. Pro-Palestinian demonstrations and arrests, including the dismantling of an encampment and arrest of 118 individuals, contributed to the negative press affecting Emerson College enrollment decline, as detailed by that president. What do you guys think about colleges suffering low enrollment and therefore low money for protests on their campuses? You got any thoughts about that?
I do. Would you like to
Yeah.
hear my thoughts?
I would love to hear your thoughts.
That's
Oh
that
my
sums
God.
up my thoughts perfect.
Oh my God.
That's
Oh,
it.
That was
geez.
great.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Wow, you guys got zingers going on this morning.
Everybody should be aware there are consequences. Consequences are real.
Let me say this. That is something that I say all the time, because I don't think there's a whole group generation that's something that they're not grasping, that consequences are real. These are things that you need to learn as children. I don't want my child to be humiliated, but he needs to be humiliated.
It's
as a
not even
child
just
so that
the
he
younger
can
generation.
learn. But
It's there are generations ahead of them that are leading places like Emerson College, that are in political power, that don't they operate like there are no consequences.
yeah, it's a whole thing.
I mean,
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
are in this old world of like 2 + 2 = 4 and red and plus blue = green. And that's just not, that's not forward thinking.
Okay, I don't know if I've shared this before.
This is a constant in the universe, dude. This is like not a theory. This is like a physics. I don't know if it's in physics or what it is in physics, but to me, this is a constant. It is in physics. It is in physics. It's the main rule. For every action is an equal and opposite reaction. That is called consequences.
Mhm.
That's the exact. So
You're going to have to probably
not
start a
forward or
college
old.
course. You're going to need to start a college course on actions have consequences. But the problem is going to be that the students are not going to take the class. So they're not going to learn.
So I don't know if I shared this with you.
I didn't take the
before.
class, and I know it.
Deke, you remember CARA, right? Kentucky Education Reform Act.
God, yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
so
Okay.
yes, they've done away with it because they realized it wasn't
it's gone.
what they thought it was.
It was
But
shit.
basically, we had to do a writing portfolio from first grade all the way through our senior year of high school. and you would have these tests that you would take and you would give answers. And I remember our practice one my senior year. The question was, what was 1 + 1? Explain your answer. Now, this is writing. It's not about math. So I wrote 1 + 1 = 3. And I explained that a husband and wife come together, 1 + 1, and they have a child. Flawless logic, right? I got a A or whatever the top marks were, a 12 on that paper. And I was so angry because you're an idiot. 1 + 1 is 2. But because I explained it so well, it was right.
You
No,
made an argument.
no, I would have gave you an A too, because as a
I thought it was pretty clever, but
yeah, as a thinker, I would have been like, that is an interesting, artistic, and creative approach to this question. And so I would have given you automatically, in my mind, go into a different category. Okay. Who was it? I think it was like Bill Gates or somebody that said, it made this quote, and I don't agree with a lot of what Bill Gates, most of what, but this quote was very interesting that I thought, I don't remember, it might not have been him. They were saying, if I had a room full of 10 engineers and I told all 10 of them my idea that I wanted, and 7 of them automatically started sketching out something, and 3 of them was doodling and sitting there thinking and farting around. And he said, those are the 3 that I hire, because those are the thinkers, because thinkers need to, if you tell me something to do, I can't just be like, I've got to be like, all right, let me do this. And then, I've got to plan it and do all this crap in my head. And so I don't know.
well, Kara created thinkers, because I thought that one through.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just
That was a
because
great
somebody
answer.
thinks doesn't mean they're right.
You're exactly correct.
Or to quote the great Qui-Gon Jinn, the
Hello
ability
there.
to speak does not make one intelligent.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
All right. I want to stay on this topic of actions have consequences, and on protesters, Deke. Okay.
And on Star Wars?
Emerson. No, not Star Wars.
Dude,
Star Wars. Are you watching the current Star? No.
Go ahead.
Emerson College is not the only college that had Palestinian protests. Lots of them did, including Columbia University. And in Manhattan's Columbia University, several protesters were arrested, and they got to face those consequences, unless the Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg drops all the charges against those protesters. So charges were dropped for most of the Columbia University students and the staff arrested during the pro-Palestinian demonstrations at Hamilton Hall Park in April, with 31 out of 46 cases dismissed due to lack of evidence. Manhattan DA's office confirmed that all individuals with charges dropped were students or staff from Columbia or from the seminary. Factors leading to dropped charges included their clean criminal history and limited surveillance footage inside the hall. So actions do have consequences.
Well, I think a lot of those students didn't even know what they were protesting. Some people. They just showed up.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that
they still got off scot-free.
Hey, we're making America here. We're making the future of America. It's amazing.
God bless.
All right. That's the Palestinian stuff. Let's see. We got
what's this one thing? I was like, why did JJ post this story like 4 times?
I think I posted it twice, but in Discord it does a preview and then it does the link and yeah, that's what's going on there. You had a immigration story from
that just read what that story's about. What the hell? Microplastics and
I saw that the other day.
Let me just keep scrolling here.
I wasn't going to post that one.
We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one.
No, we don't have to.
What story did I post?
The one with Savannah Hernandez in Massachusetts.
I can't find it. Here is this.
Maybe this will remind you. Here you go. Savannah Hernandez. If you're not following her on X, you ought to be. She's an independent journalist, and she's reporting that Massachusetts, a Massachusetts town or Massachusetts state, is spending $5,400 a month per room in this former hotel that has been taken over by the state for migrant housing. So that's $9 million a
My wife
year.
and I combined don't even see that.
It's $180 a night, $180 per night to put migrants up in this former hotel. So that's pretty crazy. But then again, that's Massachusetts, so I guess Massachusetts can do it at once. But it seems maybe not the best way to spend your money. You don't remember posting that story? Because that wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
What happened?
You posted a story.
No, I didn't. I know he posted that. You brought it up there, and I was like, I've never seen that. I can't find it anywhere. Did I really post that? Because I don't see it anywhere. I've never seen that story before. Did I post it like 2 weeks ago?
No, it was in here. It was in here. I don't see
Posted
it
it
now.
an hour ago.
Seriously, I've never seen that before. I was like,
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see.
I've got a couple here. Let me find
Yep.
the show things again, the show notes again. I've got a couple here for you just to kind of highlight. The one video is kind of long. Here it is. Let me bring it up. Yeah, here you go. Let's just watch this. I'll let you watch a little bit of this. I'm not even going to explain to you what it is.
I wish that would be some things that you're like, man, I wish I could tell the world about this.
Oh, there's a lot of things, but mostly with immigration. I wish people knew that we're letting in criminals daily.
The big issue for the Hill, for our region, is
Bring that volume
migration.
down a little bit.
So we poured a lot of money into Central America. Like how much? $4 billion over 4 years. But now migrants are
Hang on, let me rewind that so you can hear.
No,
what
it's
he's
okay. Yeah, we can read it.
Yeah.
a lot of money into Central America. Like how much? $4 billion over 4 years. But now migrants are coming from elsewhere. Like Venezuela.
Somos de nacionalidad venezolana. Tenemos vuelo para Nueva York.
Entonces, ¿compraste un vuelo con Spirit?
Sí.
40.
Sí, entramos con la cita de CBP One por el puente fronterizo.
So what is the end goal? Why are they allowing it?
They want to change the demographics of the United States.
So our aid goes to female prisons in Mexico.
Some of that, yeah. To like help train them up.
I'm working with gender issues in Pakistan, so we're trying to recruit, retain, and advance more women in law enforcement. The question becomes, should we be spending U.S. taxpayers' money in our country on this issue? Women that they don't seem to care about.
Secretary Blinken.
This is about a 5-minute video. If you want me to, I'll post the link in our news section on our Discord server right now. It is it's very interesting. Project Veritas.
I stopped following Project Veritas whenever they got rid of James O'Keefe. So that didn't come up on my radar at all. But I guess End Wokeness is still following them. You guys should definitely follow End Wokeness.
Yeah. I've got another one here for. Well, let's see. Do you have any more? This one's kind of political. Yeah, this one's kind of political. Okay, so this is a very big political topic, and it's transcended into movies and TV shows and stuff like that. It's been there for 30 and 40 years, but this is something new with this specific political topic, and you will figure out what the political topic is at the very end of this. This TV show is called New Amsterdam. I don't know. So I don't know what it's on or anything like that. Hang on, let's look that up.
What is New Amsterdam?
Yeah, let's look that up. New Amsterdam TV show. Is an American medical drama series based on the book 12 Patients. Okay, so it's a medical drama series like ER and all them and whatnot.
Okay. All right.
So where was
just share this tab instead, and then I'll turn the page back on.
Oh, share this tab instead. There you go. I never knew that was up there. Yeah. So this is about a minute long, so I want you to pay attention to what they say.
Make yourself comfortable. There's a couch over there.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. I had Cephas answer some questions from a Harvard test known as unrest. It is designed to measure someone's level of social resistance.
Social resistance. When people like us oppose the values and policies of the dominant culture.
That's right.
And what does that have to do
Your
with
son, he feels threatened on a daily basis. Like everything he's earned can just be taken away. He's disenfranchised. But because his life is seemingly free from all this, because he can't name it, he's internalizing it.
Name what?
Racism. I think your son's tumor was caused by racism.
What?
Oh
Racism
my
tumors.
God.
Racism
God.
tumors.
That's real. That's not fake. That's
No,
real.
is the kid racist and it's causing tumors, or is he dealing? Is he's the victim of racism quietly and it's causing tumors?
Why
What's the
don't
cause?
you watch that episode? And
No.
find
What
out?
caused? Okay, so now as a
Hold on. Let's
individual
ask
who had
AI.
a tumor.
Go ahead,
Dave,
go
you
ahead.
had a tumor. Was it caused by racism?
Don't know.
Can racism
That's a good
cause
thought. That's a
tumors?
Was the
I always
tumor?
thought it was caused by like the zero sugar stuff
Here, let's
Shit's
or some of the
always
other
like
chemicals and
molecules.
let's
crap.
ask. I mean, I feel like we can
Yeah.
answer this question pretty quickly here. All right, co-pilot. Can racism cause tumors? Co-pilot is stuck.
Hang on. I got Chat GPT up right
There we
here.
go.
Oh, okay, it's answering.
Racism itself does not directly cause tumors, but it can contribute to health disparities that affect cancer outcomes.
I believe
Research-
that part might be true.
Yeah, I would
Research
believe
shows that structural, economic, socio-environmental equities rooted in racism and discrimination can lead to higher cancer incidence and mortality rates among certain racial and ethnic groups.
I don't believe
Chronic stress from experiencing racism can also lead to various health problems.
Chronic stress can lead to various health problems. Take out the from experiencing racism. Chronic stress can do health problems. Let me give you an example. When I was under a lot of stress in my early 20s, I activated this freaking thing that we all have called alopecia areata. I had it. I look like a mangy dog all over my head. I don't even know if I have any pictures. Let me ask my sister-in-law. if she has any pictures.
Alopecia.
I had it. It was
did you?
little patches all over. Look at my beard. You can easily see it. I look like a mangy dog.
So it seems like ChatGPT or the Copilot AI says, AI says not directly, but indirectly, yes. That's what
Well,
it says.
indirectly, any kind of yeah. Racism
All
definitely
right.
causes stress and anger and what like that, and you live in anger and tense and mad, and that's not good for anyone.
I got a health related story, health related political story. This kind of makes me okay. So this is like on a serious note for just a second. I read this story and I was like, what in the world? So Texas Children's Hospital reportedly closes their pediatric sex change clinic temporarily. A spokesperson for Attorney General Ken Paxton announced an investigation into the hospital over the alleged Medicaid fraud earlier this week. So in Texas, it's not legal to practice gender affirming care on children, but surprise, some folks doing it anyway. Chris Rofo had posted this that they were temporarily closing the wing of the hospital. According to his investigation, 2 anonymous whistleblowers that are no longer anonymous, identified as Surgeon Ethan Haim and Vanessa Sivaj, basically said that these other doctors were doing gender affirming care in defiance of Texas law. They provided evidence on the hospital's practices in 2023. Then the FBI raided the whistleblowers. So they were blowing the whistle on these doctors doing gender affirming care, and the FBI went after them for that's telling Savage that she was a person of interest for violating federal policy laws. She says they threatened me. They promised they would make life difficult for me if I was trying to protect the leaker. They said, I was not safe at work, and claimed that someone at the workplace had given her name to the FBI. So now Ken Paxton is suing the hospital and digging into this, but the federal government was trying to intimidate whistleblowers. That's kind of, I mean, we're not surprised by this, right? We're not surprised, but I wonder if this is happening in Kentucky. I wonder if there are, activist medical people in Kentucky. I don't know what the law is in Kentucky. I don't even know if you guys know. But in Texas, we made a point about it. You can't do that to kids. You cannot sex change kids or chemically castrate them or anything like
I don't know what the law is. I don't think you can.
So I think our governor said that it's not happening, and then I think if we found out that it was happening,
It was happening in like Louisville and
Lexington. I don't know where though. I remember a story about that.
You're right, because that story was during the race, the governor's race. That one Democratic commercial was saying all this stuff that this don't happen, and have Andy Bashir saying that, and then what was his name? What's the attorney?
Daniel Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron was saying Cameron's campaign had this ad out that it was like, you said this, but here's these figures from that you can get. This happens. So why?
Ashley said that people should follow James O'Keefe in his other media group, OMG, for sure. All right. This is the last kind of political story. It turns out that the State Department interrupted a cockroach here in Washington, D.C. But of course, leftist media frames it as though the State Department was interrupted. Cockroach interrupts State Department briefing. It's a rather large one.
The gathering or the cockroach?
I hate to interrupt. There's a big cockroach on the wall over your head. We'll defer that to no incesticide, no roachicide in the building, Matt. You can't kill roaches in DC. Okay.
That's funny. That's funny.
All right. Let's see. That's the political stuff, I think.
Good.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, did you guys know that we passed a CHIPS Act like a while back in order to bring like
chips,
microchip manufacturing,
like California Highway Patrol chips?
Potato chips?
I never really liked that show. I only ever remember the one scene from the opening credits where they're driving, on the highway, like between two walls on the highway. Anyway, so we're supposed to be bringing manufacturing back into America. Microchips, we're going to build them here, right? A U.S. company is going to invest $2 billion in microchip production. The company's called On Semi, and they are investing in chip production in Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia. Yeah. Yeah. An American chip manufacturing company is putting $2 billion into the Czech Republic. It's the largest investment in Czechoslovakia in history.
So if us three had a company that we wanted to open up and we knew that it was going to be successful because it was like an AI chips or something,
Oh, yeah. Okay? Right.
So we're wanting to open up the company here in America, and they're like, it's going to cost XYZ in amount of money. And we're like, okay. And then Czechoslovakia is like, it's going to cost A amount of money.
Duguid says that's not the U.S. though.
You got that too?
Oh, wow. He's right. He's right. Czechoslovakia is not in the U.S.
Not Czechoslovakia. That country doesn't exist and hasn't existed for years. It's Czech
it's
Republic.
not?
No.
Czech Republic.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not Czechoslovakia.
Yes, there's Slovakia and the Czech Republic.
I'm missing the joke, and I forgot.
The joke is that Duguid corrected me because it's not really correction. I know it's okay.
I don't know.
Whatever. Here's a bunch of money. Let's invest it in another country.
Yeah.
For something we're going to be doing in the U.S.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
No, we need to bring industry to America, and we have an American company literally
So what
exporting
chips are we
industry.
making, Deke? Deke, what chips are we making?
What are you talking about?
I want to know what kind of chips we're making. We can make
Potato
chips here in
chips.
the
That's
U.S.
the only thing we make in America.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Mm.
Oh, I was trying to make a point, but JJ started laughing and we got off topic, and I forget it. Move on. It's no big deal. What did y'all do yesterday for the summer solstice? It was the longest day of the year, and it's officially summertime.
I watched
Good answer.
that movie.
Solstice.
What's hilarious, JJ? What's funny?
I didn't celebrate the summer solstice.
Nobody
It's just gonna get
celebrates the
hotter.
solstice unless they're these hippies over here at Stonehenge.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to get offended that I would think that they're hippies, but you agree.
My God, no! I know that you think that they're hippies. I know that you're going to make fun of this crap.
There's literally flowers in their hair. I see one and two people with three people with flowers in their hair right now.
Look at this picture though. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
I really think that's a cool. It's a cool picture.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Oh, she's spreading the love. Why are they all wearing red? What's going on? Is that a cult?
Part of a cult.
Oh,
Just glad they're not sky clad.
Jinx.
Yeah.
What's skyclad? What does that mean?
People from all
I
over.
don't know what skyclad is.
Hold on. Go back one. Look at that woman. Not the one sitting down. She is holding a bowl and a stone and running it around there,
it's not a stone.
Yeah.
That's a bowl.
Yeah.
It makes a sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Used in
sound
meditation.
There's heat. Sound heals. I know you do not believe that, but I don't care. It does.
She's
It's
making
a fact.
She's okay.
Forever. Hang on.
Okay.
So I'll school you on skyclad while JJ's away.
Yeah.
Or while Deke's away. Skyclad is usually done at summer and winter solstice. Actually, at all the solstice. Typically, certain groups of Wiccans and Wiccans, not all Wiccans, but certain groups of Wiccans used to worship skyclad, which means wearing absolutely nothing. Yeah, don't Google it.
Oh, well, I wish you'd have led with that.
Delete your history now.
Because I was going to go search whatever skyclad means, but
Don't
thanks,
do it.
Thanks for putting that in my search history. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, speaking of being skyclad, this is really difficult to go from. It's not working. Scientists have discovered microplastics in the human body. I think we've talked about microplastics before. It could be from like your environment, or maybe things you breathe in, or might even be from food you eat, and it could be responsible for hormone levels that are causing, fertility rates to
It could
drop
probably
among
cause
young
some
people.
dysfunctions as well.
Yeah, it might be causing some dysfunction. It might be like having plastic in your body. It might make things like not work like they're supposed to. When you're confronted with some challenges in life and you really need to rise to the task, plastics might be preventing you from doing that.
I'm trying to drink my coffee here.
So, here we go. Microplastics found in the human
wait.
body.
I gotta get middle school David away.
Yep, you're ready.
All right.
Found in microplastics found in penises for the first time, researchers say, raising questions over impact on sexual health. In 80% of samples, 7 types of microplastics were found, including polyethylene, terephthalate, and polypropylene. Microplastics has been detected in human organs and tissues, posing potential risk to cardiovascular health and overall well-being.
He said penis. He said penis. We'll just go full Beavis and Butthead for you.
How is it that I am the most mature of the cast today? It's not normal. It's not normal.
You're always the most mature of the cast.
I don't think so.
That's funny.
All right. Hey, let me completely shift gears. Yesterday we talked about that crime story, you know, where people assaulted people caught that alleged sexual assailant in a shed and rescued the woman. And I mean, we don't really know what happened, but that's the story we read. Check this out. Is it shared? It's shared. Here we go. In Texas, a Taekwondo family saves a woman from sexual assault. So a family of Texas Taekwondo instructors heroically stepped in and saved a woman from an apparent sexual assault after hearing her scream near their dojo. Siblings Simon and Hannah were the first of their family-owned Yongin Taekwondo gym in Harris County. That's the county that I live in. On Tuesday afternoon when they heard commotion next door. And by the time sheriff's deputies arrived at the Cricket Wireless store, Ed Gonzalez and his instructor, Ed Gonzalez said it's the sheriff, said the instructors from the dojo had a male pinned on the ground.
Well, heck yeah, they did.
At least in Texas, people...
We do need to reference Dogood's comment here. It goes back to the last story. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Men, microplastic, women, macroplastic. That's how it works. It's an insert joke.
An insert joke? Oh,
yes. I do good. I thought it was brilliant. Nicely done.
I'm starting to, I'm trying to, I guess I have to enable this.
But yeah, that would be, dude, if you're going to commit a crime, do not commit a crime outside of a dojo. I thought that was like criminal intelligence 101.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not.
And this is not the first time a dojo has emptied and stopped a crime.
No, that's
maybe we need more dojos.
Yes.
Cobra Kai across the land.
All right.
I have still yet to watch any episode of the new, like any of that series. Everybody says it's great.
None of them.
I don't. Yeah.
It is a nostalgic blast from the past. It is the same episode every single time.
Oh.
I love it. I'm here for it.
I'm okay with that.
Really?
I watch Monk. Right. Monk is the same episode over and over and over.
Yeah.
And over again. I mean,
we've seen the entire series of Monk, and my wife read all of the Monk books.
Oh wow, really? The books.
Yeah. All right. Other than some bad news, I don't really have anything left.
What's your bad news? Is it entertainment news?
Yeah.
People die.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you're not going to mention it. That's Donald Sutherland passed away.
Yeah.
I like some of his movies. I don't know how he was, but
that's a good thing.
And that's actually a good thing. But I'm almost to the point now that, you know, these people that have been in Hollywood for like 40 and 50 years and whatnot, and are legendary actors. I'm like, there's probably a reason, you know, that you've been there that long, and it's probably haven't been good to a lot of people.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just my crazy way of thinking, you know.
The last thing,
Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh yeah, I like Kiefer Sutherland a lot. That's his, son, Donald Sutherland. The last thing I remember watching him in was maybe the hunting.
Wasn't he in a Hunger Games?
Hunger Games, Hunger Games.
Something in Hunger Games. I think he was in all of them. He was the president.
Apparently, he played Hawkeye in the in MASH originally, I guess. So, yeah, Donald Sutherland, living legend, really, of cinema screen. I've seen him in a ton of stuff, but anyway.
Kiefer posted something that picture that Kiefer posted on Instagram or something was like an old picture of when Kiefer was a baby, like 2 years old or 3 years old.
Yeah, and you can see it's Donald Sutherland, but you can also kind of see that the traits that Kiefer Sutherland, like,
absolutely.
I mean, he looks.
And I was looking at Kiefer's face when he was 3 years old, and I was like, wow, look how we've seen his face. Now we've seen, we've seen him when he was like 19, 20 years old grow all the way to Jack Bauer and all this now to our age. it was
Yeah.
interesting to see his face, and like I can see him growing into that. But I could also see Kiefer's features in a young Donald Sutherland too. So.
Yeah, it's in the eye. I mean, Donald's face is like longer and thinner, you know. But it's interesting.
The other one that did a good job, Emilio Estevez and his father, Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen. They look a lot. I think they look a lot.
Yeah,
alike.
I've always thought Emilio looked like Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen. It's just they're just different.
Well, Charlie Sheen's got that tiger blood. It's different.
Do you guys look like?
And I miss Crazy.
I can't see it. I can see some of my dad's features, maybe like maybe the bone structure of my face and.
But my dad died 30 years ago this year, and I outlived my dad. So I don't know if I was growing to look like my dad or if.
Oh,
don't know.
You don't have like a frame of reference.
I've got a couple of pictures, but that was back when we didn't take pictures constantly.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't take pictures constantly. Here, I was going to show y'all. I was trying to pull up a picture of just to show y'all to see if you think, because a lot of people say, a lot of people have a strong opinion on this. Do you think I look like my dad? Hang on.
You got a photo?
Yeah, I've got a photo right here.
I've seen you vaguely do.
Day. And yeah, even Dave's like, yeah, we vaguely resemble each other.
You can definitely see it.
You can kind of
That's
see
more than vague. Yeah.
You can kind of see that we kind of resemble each other a little bit.
You got the same nose, I think.
Dude, we look just alike. I've had complete strangers on 2 separate occasions come up to me in Walmarts in 2 different places. And they were both guys with their wives. And they walked up to me and said, "Are you John Rudd's son?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "You look just like him. I worked with him at blah, 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 blah."
Oh, wow.
I've had that happen 2 times.
That's pretty cool. Really.
Yeah, I thought it's funny. Sorry, I had to bring that up. That was funny. We were talking about.
Did we talk about did we talk about the Matrix Terminator thing? Did you play that video? Because
posted that. Yeah, I didn't play it, but I posted it.
I had to go look that up.
I did too.
I had to go look that up. I was like,
that was crazy.
Bullshit.
They say that, she really did right, blah, blah,
in the
blah.
comments, if you went down the comments, you got all the receipts for where the court stuff happened. And I'm like, dang, that's really fascinating.
So what did you guys learn about this? Because I dug into it a little bit, but not too far. Because first thing I did was go check like the Matrix. I was like, I know the Wachowskis wrote that movie, that screen. So she didn't write the screenplay.
All right,
for the Matrix.
I'm going to time you out right there.
Terminator.
They stole the Matrix from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh well, sure, yeah.
They did a great job with it, but they completely stole it from Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. Okay, so apparently she wrote some story back and it's not called The Matrix and not called Terminator, but in that video clip, she calls it The Terminator and she calls it Matrix, and she says, "I wrote The Matrix."
Yeah, Third Eye Matrix was the name of her movie. Third Eye Matrix.
The Third Eye?
The name of her, The Third Eye Matrix was the name of her book or the movie or something like that.
For those of you that don't know what the hell we're talking about,
pull it up again.
We've all three obviously seen it. This woman was on this interview show, and it looks like it was from a long time
Steve
ago.
Harvey.
Yeah, it looked like Steve Harvey she was talking about how when she wrote The Terminator and she wrote The Matrix, that the Terminators are the prequel to The Matrix, and that Neo is John Connor. But Neo is John Connor. Sarah Connor, she was explaining all this crap, and I was like, "What? This ain't what?" And so I had to go look it up because I was like, okay, and it makes me completely want to rewatch all the movies,
all of them. Stop
at Matrix 2.
I don't hate Matrix 3 made Matrix 2 better.
The only thing I didn't like about Matrix 3 was it did not answer. There were so many avenues to explore and answer in the freaking Matrix 2 that was opened up in Matrix 2, and there were several of them,
my tinfoil hat on.
that were not answered. Me as a storyteller feels like you opened up this branch of this tree
Mm-hmm.
with the main line here, and you only forget all these 4 didn't get answered. And it pissed me off. That's why I hate that movie.
Matrix 3 was especially like, oh, he died, but then he gets like resurrected or something. And
well, that's the whole theme, like she said, with this resurrection theme in this movie with John Connor.
Play the video.
Yeah.
Play the video.
I don't have the video. You mentioned it, so I thought I would bring it. Or
here, I'll get.
I thought you mentioned it.
Maybe I mentioned it. Well, we talked about it yesterday at the very end of the show, and then it stuck in my head. I had to go dig into it.
We didn't. I posted it on the Discord channel.
I don't know where the video is.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about it. You just posted it.
I posted it.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it.
In general.
Then we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. That's what happened. Luckily, I'm on the Discord server.
Yesterday.
Let's see. I think I have.
Solstice. We'll just blame it on that.
Oh, here it is. I found it. It was Instagram. I don't have. Hang on.
Yeah, it was Instagram.
Here, let me. I don't know how to work this. I don't know how to bigonate it.
Terminator.
Well, that's what the Matrix is about, to wake you up from the Matrix, to get you out of the illusions and the lies and the ignorance. So it's not dangerous for me because that's.
Oh, whoops! I went too far.
That's my job. That's what I came here to do. That's why I wrote The Matrix and Terminator, to wake people up so they can move on to greater, better things.
Yeah, but
the Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of The Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connor's Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in The Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. So see, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which was technology.
Pause it for a second.
Okay, so
the Terminator is not the machine. It is the chosen one, John Connor, who's going to terminate the machines. He is the Terminator, not Arnold.
Well, okay.
Was her initial plot.
I mean,
interesting.
When you've played that video, it's got to be the way that she talks. It's got to be there's something in there that is red flags in my head. That's like, she's full of shit. You know what I mean? But there's another part that's like, okay, I'm listening. But I mean, my BS detector goes off. So that's why I had to go dig into it. I was like,
yeah, your BS detector is a lot.
It's very calibrated.
I don't know if it is very calibrated.
Really?
I'm trained. I got to train.
Really? I think my BS detector is pretty good
for me.
I think your BS detector.
Choo choo, baby.
The motherfucker still won't. You hear that? You hear it?
I'm going to create a swear jar for you all.
Yeah, it's perfect. 20 yards from a freaking railroad track. Let's put the studio there. I don't even remember what we talked about. I was going to make fun of you. Let's get to music.
Terminator, BS.
Yeah, do music.
Music we've been doing hot all week long. So, oh no, I didn't write it down. Hang on, let me write this down.
I'm wondering if we're taking off all of our clothes. That song, it's getting hot in here. Yeah.
I've never heard that song before.
What?
Oh,
even I've heard that song.
Dude, I've been in radio for 30 years. Jesus Christ. I was set to introduce, this is a true story. I was set to introduce Nelly on stage when this song first dropped. When it first came out, and he was not as big as he was. And I was set to introduce him on stage at Murray. And on the way there, I hydroplaned and had a freaking accident. And I was all right. But a hydroplane had an accident, and I didn't make it to introduce him on stage.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I did
So-
not look. I did not know that was a song. So I'm proud of you. For
Yeah, that was a song. I've already posted it. I was like, Dave must have heard the song. I was typing it when you were saying it's getting hot in here, and I was like, how did you know
I
that?
turned my computer on right when we started the show today.
Yeah, that's funny. So there you go. Nelly. It's getting hot in here. So hot on your clothes. So
You're not playing it?
no, I'm not gonna
I'm
play
playing
it. No.
Okay.
No, don't play it. That one was one that we probably would get. But anytime anybody says it's hot in here, it takes everything in my power to not go, so take off all your clothes. Because
I mean,
if
everybody,
if it was Ashley that said it,
all the
if
time.
Ashley said it, I would respond that way. But when someone else says it, that's the first thing that pops into my mind is this damn song. You know, it's like
that song is an earworm.
It was an
dude. That
earwig.
one's-
Yeah.
it is. It's an earworm.
Or earwig.
I said
Yeah,
earwig, earworm. Hey, same
Yeah,
thing.
earworm.
Man, that's a great song.
Yeah.
Okay. We got anything else? I think we're pretty much out of
jokes.
stuff. Joke time. All right, guys.
That's a good one. I got you a joke. You want me to go first,
Go.
JJ?
You go ahead, please.
This is coming from Father's Day Dad Jokes.
All right.
Honey. This is the
Books.
first joke I looked at on this random page. Which rock group has 4 men who can't sing?
I don't know.
Which
I don't know.
rock group? Mount
don't know.
Rushmore.
Nice.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Nice.
This is a good
Nice.
book.
All right.
I like this book.
Hey, what did the grape do when the lemon asked for a kiss?
I don't know.
It puckered up.
I was gonna say that, but I thought that's dumb. That's not the answer. But I forgot
All
what
right.
book you're reading from.
Well, so the
I've
other
gotten
day,
feedback that your jokes need work.
They
Yeah.
work. They're published. This is published.
the other day, I wanted to make sure my wife had a big smile on her face when she woke up.
Yeah.
I am no longer allowed to have Sharpies in the bedroom.
That's the winner today.
That's great. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll be back next week with all the amazing news and
All of it.
and sunlight and sunshine and everything. It's gonna be great.
Rainbows and
everybody.
unicorns.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light.
Why is it not
Don't
playing?
let your daughter
It's playing.
lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Ask Dave for a comment, he said no. Watch
No.
now, the Internet Dad Show. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
Should we after show for Rumble for a second?
Can for a few minutes, then I have a
All right.
phone call on my other
Rumble.
phone.